Well, that is right. You are listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk, and I knew this day would come. I knew this day would come when I got an email from YouTube telling me that we have violated their community standards, their community guidelines, and that some content has been removed. We're not banned yet from YouTube, but the day is coming, my friends. They say this: our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our spam, deceptive practices, and scams policy. It's hilarious to me. We've removed the following content from YouTube. It's a video. The title was "Congress Accepts the Electors with Pence Presiding." We know that this might be disappointing. I mean, I think it's ridiculous, but nonetheless, they know it might be disappointing, they're right, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details how your content violated the policy. Content that advances false claims that widespread fraud, errors, or glitches change the outcome of the U.S. 2020 presidential election is not allowed on YouTube. You know, when we talked about that, I never once said that I definitively knew what happened. I simply pointed out and said that these things were problematic. I said that these things needed to be investigated. I said that of the thousands of affidavits, I should say, that someone should pay attention to what's being said. I even remember saying maybe it's not enough votes to make a difference, but to say there were no legitimate voter fraud claims in 2020, the election, is preposterous. It really is. It's preposterous, and there were reasons why people like Josh Hawley, there's a hashtag trending on Twitter talking about social media, Hawley hates America. There's a hashtag trending there because he questions some of these electors. I mean, these states had their representatives looking into these claims. Now, nothing was done, although there are things that are happening now. Saw some action in Georgia, some action in Maricopa County, Arizona. I don't want to get into that, but nonetheless, I just wanted to share that off the top. Welcome to the program. Email todd@toddhuffshow.com is that email address. You can email me your thoughts, opinions, questions, comments, adoration, and praise. All I can say is make it count. Make it count, folks, because I do read those, and it is good to be here this morning. I want to start with Romney. I want to start with Trump, CPAC, Romney, Liz Cheney, maybe Adam Kinzinger as well. But I want to talk about this, where we are with the Republican Party. The Republican Party at the moment has no, I'm going to say this, and some of you are going to disagree, but let me finish. Let me finish the full thought. The Republican Party currently has no leader. And I say that because Trump is currently, he's gone down to Mar-a-Lago and is kind of laying low, as low as President Trump can lie anyway. So, but there's no one else who has filled the gap. There have been people who have shown promise of leadership, and there's a battle for who's going to be in the driver's seat, so to speak, who's the one or the groups, the couple of individuals who are going to be really the influential voices in the Republican Party. And you have two factions of the Republican Party. You have the minority portion, and I'm not talking about any superficial characteristic or anything like that, any way that the left likes to break us down and to segment us into groups. Just simply the folks with fewer followers, or the folks like Mitt Romney, the folks like Adam Kinzinger, the folks like Liz Cheney, the folks like Mitch McConnell. So you have that wing of the Republican Party, which in my estimation it's good that wing is very small. In fact, Romney was asked about this and Trump leading the party. In fact, Romney was asked about who the party's, Trump's role in, moving forward, talking about the nominee in 2024. Romney's out there saying it's going to be President Donald J. Trump. Well, who wins the party's nomination if he decides to run as things stand right now? Well, that's the most terrifying words that someone in the establishment wing of the Republican Party can hear uttered. Donald J. Trump running for a second term in 2024. Some of these Never Trumpers may have won. I don't know if they thought this through. Of course, the Never Trumpers led by the Lincoln Project. Lincoln Project, between the allegations there and all that disaster, it is remarkable. It is remarkable to me how they tried to climb upon their high horse and lecture those of us Republicans who voted for Trump. They lectured us. They tried to shame us. They tried to guilt us. They tried to make us feel humiliated. Meanwhile, that organization, as it was allegedly being run, was an absolute train wreck, a disaster, an embarrassment, a disgrace of an organization. Anyway, Mitt Romney, being interviewed here, talks about this. Is this New York Times? The New York Times Deal Book is the name of this, whatever the world that's supposed to mean. But Romney's being asked about this, the direction of the Republican Party, Trump's role, that sort of thing. And he has this to say about Trump and Trump 2024. Here it is.
Will President Trump continue to play a role in my party? I'm sure he will. He has by far the largest voice and a big impact in my party. I don't know about his family members, whether they intend to do that, but I expect he will continue playing a role. I don't know if he'll run in 2024 or not, but if he does, I'm pretty sure he will win the nomination.
You think he would win the nomination?
Oh, I think he'd win the nomination if he runs. A lot can happen between now and 2024. So, and I'm not great at predicting. I subscribe to Yogi Berra's philosophy in that regard. He said, I don't like predicting, particularly if the future's involved. So I don't really know what will happen there, but I look at the polls, and the polls show that among the names being floated as potential contenders in 2024, if you put President Trump in there among Republicans, he wins in a landslide.
Would you campaign against him?
I would not be voting for President Trump again. I haven't voted for him in the past, and I would probably be getting behind somebody who I thought more represented the tiny wing of the Republican Party that I represent.
The tiny wing of the Republican Party that he represents. They know this. Romney knows this. Liz Cheney knows this. Adam Kinzinger miscalculated this. Kinzinger going after Josh Hawley in the days and weeks after the the Capitol riots, saying that Hawley's just positioning himself to run for president. Meanwhile, I think that maybe that's what Kinzinger was trying to do. Made a massive miscalculation as to the number of Trump supporters that there actually are out there that are not happy with the direction of the Republican Party, that wants nothing to do with President Donald J. Trump. And this is a real problem for the Republican Party. This is not going away. This is not going away at all. There is no fast way out of this for the Republican Party. The leadership, they know this. They see the polls. While they might be weak and ineffective, they are not stupid. And they know that Trump is a force to be reckoned with. And the reason Trump is in the headlines, you got to think about this. The speech, or the speech, the ideas, the performance, whatever you want to say here, that most people are talking about more than anything else heading into this weekend as it pertains to politics is Trump's speech at CPAC. Trump's speech at CPAC over the weekend. It's going to happen on Sunday. It's going to be one of the final things, maybe the final thing of CPAC. President Trump speaking there, and so this is not going away. You know something else I've noticed? Take a look. Do you still see? And it probably depends upon where you live in the country or the state or whatever. But Do you still see Trump flags? I do. I don't think these flags are going away. In fact, I think folks are ordering new flags. I think I've seen Trump 2024 flags already. Oz, have you seen that? Trump 2024 flags? She says no. I think I've seen them. Maybe I'm just imagining it. But Trump 2024 flags, I think, are going to be flying maybe now, and if not now, probably right after the CPAC speech. And people, even if they don't buy the new ones, they're still flying their old ones. Make America Great Again. Trump flag. Trump sign. I mean, this is a movement that is not going away. Much to the dismay of many elected Republicans. Now, some of them do the focus groups and the data. They study the data and the surveys and so forth. They have internal data as well. And so they know not to go after Trump. But behind closed doors, a lot of these folks, even some of those, or perhaps even many of those who support Trump, at least from the appearance of things, they support Trump. They don't like this. They don't like the direction, the power that President Trump has over the party. And so, in fact, according to Axios here, this Trump speech, this is the scoop, according to Axios, Trump to claim total control of GOP. That is the tease of what this speech over the weekend is going to be about. Has there ever been anyone better at the art of teasing something than President Trump? I mean, it is a remarkable thing to watch. Again, the headline here, scoop, in Axios. This is from a couple days ago. Scoop. Trump to claim total control of the GOP. So, this is all percolating here. Trump has been lying low, by and large, here for the past 5 weeks or so. He's preparing to make his speech at CPAC. Republican leaders, and I've got a quote or a soundbite to play. McCarthy likes the idea of Trump being involved, and of course, Liz Cheney does not, although she said it's CPAC's decision, which kudos to her for recognizing that. But you've got this is the calm before the storm, and we've got 2022, which is really not that far away, campaigning for some of these key Senate positions, some of these House positions that are open, that are going to be running here in the 2022 midterms. President Trump has already indicated he's going to be trying to bring in some people who are really not part of the establishment, that are, make America great again types in his estimation. And that's going to happen. And Romney thinks if Trump runs for president in 2024, right now he would win in a landslide. And he's right. And we'll see what happens in the next 3 years or whatever, the next couple of years. But this is all shaping up to be a nightmare scenario. Nightmare scenario for the Never Trumpers. It makes you wonder, too. It makes you wonder if they really thought this through. Right? I mean, if for those Never Trumpers that opposed Trump for 2020, now I'm not saying he's going to run in 2024, but there's certainly the possibility of that. Did they really think that this was just going to go away? What did they think was going to happen? I don't know. It makes me wonder sometimes how much forethought they put into this. Now we've got Biden out there. We've got the Equality Act. We've got COVID packages left and right. In fact, there's another COVID package even after the one that they're talking about now. According to reports, there's another one locked and loaded, ready to go as well. We've got immigration disaster. We've got foreign policy disasters. We've got the Iran nuke deal being remade, which that was a disaster. We got socialism being pressed upon the American people, and in lots of ways we got conservatives being silenced on social media. Ugh. And folks just didn't want to have a Donald J. Trump. I don't think they realized the scope, the depth, who we're really up against politically and ideologically in this country. And I got to take a break. When I come back, I want to play The soundbite, Liz Cheney, Kevin McCarthy. I want to talk about Trump's speech and the scoop that Axios has on it. Trump apparently going to claim he has total control of the Republican Party. And we'll get to that on the other side of the break. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I am your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
There is plenty to worry about these days. If you're working with Blake Hornsby at Northwestern Mutual, your retirement and financial security doesn't need to be one of them. Blake is a time-tested financial advisor with over 20 years of experience at Northwestern Mutual. For an independent review of your financial planning needs, call Blake and mention the Todd Huff Show for a free initial consultation. Call 317-215-8322 or visit blakehornsby.com. Invest in your peace of mind with Blake Hornsby at Northwestern Mutual.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? There is a cure. With the Pro-Life Health Plan, your savings could be as much as 60%. The Pro-Life Health Plan allows you to enjoy the freedom of choosing any doctor, any hospital, anywhere. And their enrollment is open year-round. Just give Eric a call at 888-448-5370 or visit them online at isellhealth.com. Better coverage at a better cost.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, president of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
Corin Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corin Homes, family-owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with zero body fillers, zero painting, and zero diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
Welcome back. By the way, I need to advise you, as per my vast team of attorneys here, that listening to this program may in fact cause you to lean to the right. Use special caution while operating heavy machinery or even your vehicle today. That is a public service announcement that I am required, according to my attorneys, to read on a regular basis. So be safe out there this morning. By the way, this program is brought to you in part by our friends at Gatekeeper Services. Gatekeeper Services in the central Indiana area. Now, if you listen on the podcast and you're in another state, Gatekeeper Services is local to this market, so keep that in mind. This is for our radio audience. But if you're in need of some help with with residential or commercial motorized gates, I ask that you take a consideration of working with Gatekeeper Services. They offer affordable gate services for residential and commercial motorized units. They're veteran-owned, have over 50 years of experience. Call them, 317-714-4061, 317-714-4061, Gatekeeper Services. So before the break, I alluded to a couple of things here. Again, we're talking about the Republican Party. We're talking about Trump's CPAC speech. We're talking about the fear that the establishment wing of the Republican Party has with Trump at the helm. And, we don't have a leader outside of Trump really in the Republican Party right now. If we do, I'd like to hear who that is, because I don't know who it is. So yesterday, Kevin McCarthy, with the press conference here, was asked about Trump speaking at CPAC. Liz Cheney was also standing up there. She was asked about that, and I want you to hear this response from the two of them.
You on the leadership, especially Congresswoman Cheney, do you believe President Trump should be speaking, or former President Trump should be speaking at CPAC this weekend?
Yes, he should.
Congresswoman Cheney?
That's up to CPAC. I've been clear in my views about President Trump and the extent to which following January 6th, I don't believe that he should be playing a role in the future of the party or the country.
On that high note, thank you all very much.
Yeah, so Kevin McCarthy trying to make light of this, but Liz Cheney doesn't. She said that CPAC's decision as to whether or not Trump speaks at their CPAC meeting this weekend. McCarthy says absolutely he should be speaking. Did you see, by the way, I don't know if I've talked about this on here or not, but it's nearly half of Republicans would go and consider forming or joining a third party led by Donald J. Trump. These are terrifying numbers. You just think about this. You think about the history of the Republican Party, of the two major political parties in this country today, and you think about how impossible it is to envision them cracking, they constantly evolve in the sense of what they push for. For example, the Democrat Party is not the party of John F. Kennedy. It is nowhere near that. In fact, Kennedy wouldn't even remotely recognize his party today and what they are standing for, what they are doing. But it's hard to imagine there not being a Republican or a Democrat Party. And to think how deeply some of these traditions run for people who consider themselves Republicans or Democrats. Some folks are just that way because that's how their parents were. I'm talking folks who are, even more seasoned citizens, people in their 70s and 80s even. Some folks are going to vote or have voted Democrat or Republican because that's how they were raised decades ago. This goes down almost like passing along a family heirloom. And to think that Trump can come in after 4 years of what he did in Washington, D.C., and turn this effectively on its head to where nearly half, I don't have the number exactly in front of me, but I remember from the headline it was almost half of Republicans would at least consider following Trump to a third party. And that is terrifying for the left. Now, it's also terrifying for the Trump supporters because, there's not enough to completely eradicate this love affair the Republican Party has with kind of liberalism light in some circles, in the establishment circles. But nonetheless, it's quite a remarkable feat to get this far and to have this much power and to have this much influence in such a relatively short period of time. Now, I told you how Axios is kind of saying that the scoop of Trump's CPAC speech is going to be to declare his total control of the Republican Party. The Hill, on the other hand, says that Trump is to attack Biden in the CPAC speech. Perhaps he's going to do both of these things. I can't imagine him not going after Biden. I don't know if he'll say he has total control over the Republican Party or not, but that's what Axios is reporting, and take that for what it's worth. But here, thehill.com says this: former President Trump will use his Sunday speech at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, that is CPAC, to attack his successor, President Biden, and tease a potential 2024 White House bid. A person familiar with the speech confirmed to The Hill on Wednesday. My goodness, he's going to attack his predecessor. Who would have thought? The audacity of President Trump. That's not supposed to happen. YouTube, where are you on this? Can you make sure that Trump, none of these words are heard on your platform? I'm sure they're hate speech. I'm sure that they are designed to incite a riot and an insurrection. I'm sure, according to your logic and so forth, that's exactly what's happening here. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, Twitter, where are you? Can you prevent this from being heard? People cannot hear. We must shut down and silence this free speech, especially if one is criticizing. Can you imagine a nation that allows criticism of its commander-in-chief? The audacity of President Trump to do this. This is how the media and the Democrats act. I can't believe this guy's criticizing. Who does this guy think he is? This has to be an act of rebellion. This has to be a seditious act. This has to be a treasonous act. This cannot be just simple free political speech. Our country has never, ever spoken of its presidents the way that Trump's about to speak of Biden. And that's the way they act. Seemingly forgetting 5 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, which marked the official end of Trump's presidency, when they say 93%, I think, was typically the average when the Brett Bozell's group, Media Research Council, would do the study. 93%, I believe it was, on average, of media coverage of Trump was negative. Now they act as though that this is completely unheard of. This can't be allowed to happen. Trump is, again, trying to incite an insurrection here. So we'll see what he says over the weekend, and we will certainly talk about it. But this is going to be the first time since Trump left office that we're going to see, this is the beginning, and this is just the beginning, of Trump taking on the establishment, if you will, of the Republican Party. And it's a necessary thing. And I think it's great, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to take a break here. Going to take a break. We'll come back, continue our conversation. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Had enough of the cancel culture? Why not fight back by directly supporting the advertisers who make this program possible? Visit supportouradvertisers.com to give those who help bring this program to you the opportunity to earn your business. Find out more about businesses like Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, Care to Change, and Interior Construction Services by visiting supportouradvertisers.com today.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
When life is hard for the women you care about, there is help with issues such as widowhood, anxiety, depression, or abuse. They don't have to go through it alone. Peace Restored is there to walk with women through the journey. Peace Restored helps women through free mentoring, counseling, and education. When life is hard, Peace Restored is there to help women you care about find hope and healing. To learn more, visit peacerestored.net.
I want to get one more season out of my furnace or air conditioner. Have you or someone you know ever made that statement? Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing has heard it a lot. Did you know that furnaces and air conditioners are most likely to break down when they're under stress? That means during the hottest and coldest months of the year, like those months quickly approaching us. With winter on the horizon, now is the time to replace that old rickety unit. With 0% financing for up to 72 months and up to $600 in instant rebates, now is the time to buy. Doing great work is Economy's priority, and the satisfaction of their customers is their number one goal, guaranteed. Make your home comfortable this winter. Contact Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today by calling 317-831-5279 or visit them at economyheatingandair.com.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $100 down, $200 down, back at $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Welcome back. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening, I guess, ideologically in this nation since the Democrats have taken over. We've got this legislation that's being pushed pretty strongly by the Democrats, this Equality Act. Who can oppose the Equality Act? It sounds right. I mean, if you're against the Equality Act, then I guess it stands to reason you're in favor of inequalities, right? I mean, that's the way that this is done. The Heritage Foundation here, which I encourage you to check out from time to time, the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. They do some good work. They have some conservative thought leaders and policy analysts and that sort of thing. We've from time to time had guests from Heritage on this program. In fact, I probably need to look into doing that. We just don't do a lot of guests. But anyway, Heritage Foundation, they have just released, as of last night, 11 myths about H.R. 5. That is the Equality Act of 2021. This is the summary of what they say about the Equality Act. The proposed Equality Act of 2021, which is H.R. 5, which is a House bill, would make mainstream beliefs about marriage, biological facts about sex differences, and many sincerely held beliefs punishable under the law. The Equality Act makes discrimination the law of the land by forcing Americans to conform to government-mandated beliefs under the threat of life-ruining financial and criminal penalties. Presented as a bill with common sense and decent protections against discrimination, H.R. 5 is anything but. The Equality Act politicizes medicine and education and demolishes existing civil rights and constitutional freedoms. Now, let me be the first to say, well, not the first. Let me say this clearly at the beginning. One of the problems, and this is why a lot of people shy away from being outspoken conservatives, because of what happens with things like this. Well, for starters, we're called racists and homophobes and anti-trans and anti-that people. And it's painted as though we hate anyone who's different from us. Right? I mean, this is how it's done. And the left has become masters of this. They're a mile wide, but they're an inch deep. The attacks are all superficial. There's nothing to their claims. In fact, did you see this school? The school that sent out, I think, a school-wide email for a student that was, for Black History Month, was writing or doing a report on Candace Owens. This was considered to be an abomination and nothing but, this was inexcusable and unacceptable to do something to honor Candace Owens during Black History Month. The email went out to the entire school. The entire school district. It's not funny. I mean, these are the realities that students and people who stand up for conservative principles, no matter where they are, in the workplace, especially if you're in corporate America, or if you're a politician in Washington, D.C. This is what you've got to be prepared to deal with, and people don't want to do that. Look, I don't have any qualms with a human being. I mean, I have things that I disagree with people on, right? I mean, I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, right? I believe that. But I believe also that every one of us is created in the image of God and that all of us are equal in the sense, talk about equality in His eyes. We all need Him just as much. We all need forgiveness. Every person has done things he or she shouldn't have done. Nobody's perfect. And so when the thing is that they make it look as though if you stand to say I'm in favor of traditional marriage, they'll say, oh, so you hate people who are of the same sex and get married. Oh, you hate that person. You want to violate their civil rights and so forth. That's how this goes, and it puts conservatives on the defensive. You're against the Equality Act. Oh, that's because you're racist. This only serves to prove just how racist and bigoted you really are. That is how this is done. And so, but the Heritage Foundation has a nice little, again, there's 11 myths here. I'm not going to go through all of them. In fact, I'll probably have Pedals a little bit later today post this on social and on our website. I got to say it's going to be on our website because I have no idea when social media is going to take us down. YouTube's already hit us. By the way, I mentioned at the beginning, YouTube, if you listen on YouTube, follow us somewhere else because the days are numbered before you're not going to be able to follow us on YouTube. We've already gotten the first notice, and I'm guessing they're going backwards through their content. And once they see that I talked about the election for basically 6 or 8 weeks between Election Day and Inauguration Day, they're not going to be down with that at all. So download the podcast, The Todd Huff Show, or follow us, sign up for our email newsletter. That's probably the best way. You'll have direct contact with us ToddHuffShow.com/subscribe. But YouTube, if you're listening there, be prepared for our channel to vanish. Anyway, I want to get back to these myths about the Equality Act. After the break, I'll just touch on a couple of these, and then we'll post the rest of these on our website later today and on social media as well. So sit tight. Be back here in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit ToddHuffShow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
Welcome back. By the way, this program is brought to you in part by our friends at Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Greg Hubler Chevy in Canby. Just a little bit south of Indianapolis, down Kentucky Avenue, State Road 67. Has been a advertiser on this program for some time. Greg's a great guy. Great guy. Takes good care of his customers, and I'm pleased to have them on the program. If you're looking for a new car, I ask that you consider shopping Greg Hubler Chevy. You can find out more information by visiting them online or visiting their lot in person in Canby. GregHublerChevy.com. That's GregHublerChevy.com. So before the break, talking about the Equality Act, talking about H.R. 5, the Equality Act, talking about this piece from Heritage that identifies some of the myths. There's 11 myths here. I'm just going to look at one or two here. Myth 1, the Equality Act simply punishes discrimination against people who identify as gay or transgender. Right? That is the myth the Heritage Foundation says. There's a lot more to this than just saying be nice to people, don't discriminate, don't hate people. Let's stop allowing businesses to use their bigotry against gay and transgendered people. Let's put an end to that. Let's stop that. Let's make it like race and sex or gender would be. Well, this is what Heritage says. The facts are this. The Equality Act, introduced as H.R. 5 in the House of Representatives on February 18th, 2021, just about a week ago, makes mainstream beliefs about marriage as well as basic biological facts about sex differences punishable under the law. Punishable under the law if you don't believe what this piece of legislation says. That's much different than saying to be nice to people and don't discriminate people based upon their gender, if they or their sexual orientation, or if they're transgendered. Every person should be treated with dignity and respect, and no one should face discrimination. That's what Heritage says here. And that's a very clear, obvious thing for any fair-minded American. But the Equality Act, they continue, makes discrimination the law of the land by forcing Americans to conform to government-mandated beliefs under threat of life-ruining financial and criminal penalties. The 1964 Civil Rights Act outlawed state-sanctioned discrimination that caused systematic, economic, and material harm to black Americans. The Equality Act is different. It forces every American to agree with controversial government-imposed ideology on sexuality and to be treated as an outlaw. The Equality Act demolishes existing civil rights and constitutional freedoms. Basically, the law, the way that it's written and broken down by the Heritage Foundation, says that you have to agree with what government says about sexuality and marriage. You can no longer believe, and you think about the repercussions of this. Many of you are Christian, and you might go to a church that would be deemed conservative or traditional in the sense of its interpretation of Scripture. And the idea that your church would have to engage in same-sex marriages to allow those to happen in your facility, even though your beliefs, even though the Bible clearly explains marriage as between man and woman, that we're leading down that path. I'm not saying this act would necessarily say that, but it does begin the process of saying you have to, your opinion must conform, your viewpoint must conform with that of the federal government. The founders, I think, would shiver at the thought of some of these things. Now, there's 10 other myths, which you're going to have to read on our website a little bit later. But this stuff's important. This is what's going on in the background. We got a reparations bill as well that is being debated and talked about in Congress. Reparations, something that the Biden administration is ready to look into as well. So, timeout is necessary. Sit tight. Be back here in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable, flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the health care they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today, providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price. Our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create, on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the word for on time.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356. And ask for Richard or Roger.
Welcome back. Did you see Governor Cuomo? I gotta tell you, this stuff. Governor Cuomo accused of sexual harassment by a former aide. Lindsey Boylan said New York governor constantly sought her out and made inappropriate comments. This is what she's saying in an article at foxnews.com. Now, it's worth noting, as the New York Post does here, that back in 2018, during the Kavanaugh hearings, when Dr. Ford came out with her allegations against Brett Kavanaugh, that Governor Cuomo at the time said that Kavanaugh should take a lie detector test. After all, this was the only way to confirm, I guess, according to the logic of Governor Cuomo, the only way to confirm who was telling the truth in this particular instance of he said, she said. So I'm wondering, well, first of all, we're supposed to just believe all women. That's what the left's told us. So I guess by that logic, Governor Cuomo is guilty. But if not, when's he going to take the lie detector test? That's what I want to know. When will he take the lie detector test? Anyway, I got to go. Thanks for listening. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect.
We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Family owned since 1973, Edwards Equipment at 1375 East Main Street in Danville is ready to meet your equipment needs by selling, renting, and servicing several makes and models of lightweight residential or heavy-duty commercial equipment. We carry and service top-name brands like Ferris, Kubota, Steel, Gravely, Honda Power, Land Pride, and more. Visit edwardstractor.com or call 317-745-6427 to check out our clearance specials today. At Edwards Equipment, we don't just sell you any piece of equipment, we sell you the right piece of equipment.